Welcome back to Keep It Real Boxing. This is Cypherbox, and had to do this video, seeing a lot of videos, a lot of live streams going on YouTube, hearing a lot of rumours. Now before I carry on, all I want to say right now is that at this moment in time it's not been confirmed, but there are a lot of rumours flying around. Okay, so this video is based on rumours. I don't want people to start saying that I'm saying this for definite and stuff like that. Okay, what I'm hearing is, though, in the grapevine, is that Anthony Joshua's offer to Deontay Wilder apparently was a real lowball offer. Okay, so what I've been told, that Anthony Joshua has offered Deontay Wilder 12%. Okay, 12%. I've also heard that works out something like 12.5 million roughly. Okay, so that means out of a fight that may potentially generate up to $100 million, okay, Deontay Wilder is going to get 12.5 million of that, and that's it. Apparently that's all there is, from what I understand. There's no other sort of incentives, you know, thrown in there for Deontay Wilder, like, you know, US TV viewerships or anything like that, as far as I know, from what I'm hearing. Okay, also I've also heard, this again is part of the same rumour, that Eddie Hearn has turned around and said that they are not agreeing to Deontay Wilder's offer of whatever you offer me, I'll take whatever you offer me, but in return AJ must agree to take the same in the rematch should he lose. So you remember when we've seen it over the last few weeks, we've seen Eddie Hearn and Anthony Joshua in interviews. You know, Anthony Joshua said it with Radio Rahim in an interview in the build-up to the Parker fight on his channel Seconds Out. Go and check that out if you haven't seen that video. I will try and link it into the description of this video. And he basically said that he would take him up on that offer. That, you know, we'll take that offer. That we'll offer you, we'll make whatever offer we want to you, and in return I will take the same offer in the rematch should I lose the first fight. Eddie Hearn said it as well on a number of occasions now. I've seen him where he's been all cocky and mouthy, as Eddie Hearn does, and turned around and said, you know, I think there was one interview where he said, you know, he repeated what Deontay Wilder's offers was, and he slapped his hand and said, deal done deal, or something like that, he said. And he said it with a big smile on his face. And he's been saying it recently as well. So apparently they've backed out of that as well. So they're saying that no, we're not going to accept that offer of, you know, you take whatever we offer and we'll take it in the rematch should we lose. Now, as you see on the screen, I've got a Instagram post from Deontay Wilder. And this was put up a few hours, about 3-4 hours ago, I think it was. And I'm just going to read to you what he says in the caption of that post. And here's what Deontay Wilder had to say. It's obvious at this point, 40-0 with 39 KOs, they don't want no smoke. At some point in life, a boy must detach his lips from mum's nipples and become a man. I'm just saying. Okay. Now, this would give me a little bit of an indication that Deontay Wilder clearly wasn't happy with the offer that was made. Now, given the rumours that I've just explained at the beginning of the video, mainly, look, the main one is for me is that the fact the clause wasn't put in the contract that whatever we offer you, we promise to take in the rematch should we lose. I think if you'd thrown that into the contract, Deontay Wilder would have been in a situation where he would have had to sign that contract, because end of the day, you can't, like I said in my video earlier on today, where I did a video on this where I was kind of happy but a little bit wary of the fact that Anthony Joshua had made an offer. But my point was that Deontay Wilder, if he gets made the offer and that clause is put into the contract, then he can't really turn it down, because you've got to be a man of your word and, you know, back those words up. But if the rumours are correct and that clause was not put in the contract that whatever you offer me you've got to take in return in the rematch should you lose, then I can understand him not signing the contract, because then he's just going to turn around and say, well, I might as well go back to my other offer I put towards you, which was 60-40. Now, I've said this before as well in my other videos, that Deontay Wilder's the B side, Anthony Joshua's the A side. So really, Anthony Joshua should be making all the offers, and Eddie Hearn. Okay, example, look at Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather was always the A side. Did he wait for his opponents to make offers to him, or did he make the offers to his opponents? Right, he made the offers every time. Look at recently, Canelo versus Triple G, the first fight. Golden Boy Promotions and Oscar De La Hoya, and Canelo made the offer to Triple G because Canelo was the A side. Okay, the B side shouldn't even really be making an offer. The A side should be saying, right, this is what we're going to give you. We're going to take 65, you get 30, or we're going to take 70, or we're going to give you 30, sorry. Whatever it is, but you're supposed to thrash out. They're supposed to come up with the offers. So I don't understand why people... I just had someone on Instagram saying that, well, Wilder hasn't made any offers, and I was like, what? He's made plenty of offers. You know, last year he said, right, I'll fight Dillian Whyte, no problem, I'll come to the UK for that fight, but put Anthony Joshua's name on the contract. Eddie Hearn back then said, no, they're two separate fights, we don't negotiate it that way, etc, etc. In the last few weeks, he's now turned around and said, well, yeah, we can do that, let's get the... because he wanted Dillian Whyte to fight Wilder so much, he said, we can do that. We'll put Anthony Joshua's name into the contract, and we'll make the fight between yourself and Dillian Whyte. No offer was made. Again, a lot of talk, but no walking. Alright? Then Wilder throws out there and says, hey, you know, before that actually, Wilder turned around and said, hey, whatever you offer me, I'll take it, but make sure you take, but you have to make sure you take that in the rematch should you lose. That's the condition. You know, they said, yeah, we can do that, no problem. Again, no offer was made. Then Deontay Wilder made a 60-40 offer, and there was plenty of interviews on IFL TV, Fight Hype, etc., where he turned around and said, Eddie Hearn, when he was asked that question about the 60-40 offer from Deontay Wilder, he was like, oh, we're getting closer. You know, even on Sky Sports, he said that we were getting closer as well. On the interview, I played it in my other videos. And here's my point on it. It's like, instead of sitting there saying, oh, we're getting closer, open your mouth up and say, actually, you know what? That's still too much. This is the offer, 70-30, take it or leave it, Wilder. And then see what Wilder does. If he didn't accept that offer, then you could turn around and accuse Wilder of avoiding the fight or etc and stuff like that. But you haven't even made an attempt to negotiate the fight. I've proven it time and time again in all my other videos. Go and watch those videos if you don't believe me. Okay? But Eddie Hearn contradicts himself all the time. And not only that, like I said, I don't blame Deontay Wilder if this is true, if these rumours are true, that 12%, $12.5 million was offered to Deontay Wilder with no clause in the contract saying that Anthony Joshua would take the same in return should he lose the first fight, then I don't blame Deontay Wilder for turning down the contract. You know, if these rumours are true. Obviously, like I said, they're just rumours, so don't hold me to them. Of course, I'm not going to go too mad on Eddie Hearn or AJ with this video, because naturally, until that's confirmed from, you know, Wilder's side, etc., we're not going to know at the moment. But like, I'm just making this video based, if this rumour is true, that this is what was offered, then I don't blame Deontay Wilder for turning it down, because you did not throw that clause in the contract. If you'd thrown that clause in the contract saying that AJ says he will take whatever that we've offered you here in a return in the rematch should he lose the first fight, and then Deontay Wilder still says no to the 12.5 million, to 12%, whatever it is, with that clause in place, then you could turn around and say, right, now you're blocking the fight yourself, you're avoiding the fight, because that's what you said, those were your words. We've made you an offer now, we've even put that clause in the contract that if AJ loses, you know, the first fight, in the rematch he'll take whatever we've offered you now, we will take that in return. But again, do you know what I mean? Eddie Hearn, AJ, sounds like to me, look, not be funny, when I watched that interview again, and I did watch it again because I posted it on my Instagram page, AJ didn't look very confident when he was making that, when he was talking in that interview. You know, he usually has his aura about him of confidence. And whenever he talks about Deontay Wilder in this way, about offers and stuff like that, I don't feel that same confidence from him. And part of me felt like, you know, the offer that he was potentially making was going to have poison pellets in it, as Max Kellerman once said on ESPN First Take when it came to Triple G and Canelo Alvarez. And it may, according to his rumours, that might be true. There may be poison pellets in this contract, and the fact is that that clause was not included. So now you can't even call Deontay Wilder on his bluff. You can't turn and say, right, let's see if you're bluffing or not. Here you go. Here's $12.5 million, and guess what? There's the clause that you asked for. That AJ will take what we've offered you now. He'll take that in return in the rematch, should he lose the first fight. And if Deontay Wilder then said no to the contract or rejected the contract, say, see, look, we've offered him what he said that's the offer he made to us. We've offered it back to him, and he's now saying no. So you get what I'm trying to say? But if this rumor is true, they haven't done that. It just feels like, you know, just when you think you feel like you might be getting somewhere with this, you know, something comes out, or someone, you know, some sort of story comes out that just pulls the fight back again. And like I said to you, this ain't about whether I like Wilder more than AJ or AJ more than Wilder. Remember, I'm a Brit, yeah? So on fight night, I'll be supporting Anthony Joshua. I will be rooting for Anthony Joshua to win. Okay, I do believe after the Parker fight, before the Parker fight, I thought AJ wins the fight, and you know, it'd be a tough fight with Wilder. But I think his boxing fundamentals, his better boxing fundamentals, would be too much for Deontay Wilder. After his performance against Parker, I'm not too sure. I think it might be a more closer 50-50 fight. But regardless of that, it's not a, you know, UK versus US thing. As a boxing fan, it's about what's best for the sport in terms of its growth. Yeah, in terms of having another successful year after 2017, which we had a really good year last year when it came to boxing. We look set to have probably another good year here in boxing again, you know, and this is the sort of fight you need to see. It needs to happen. You know, who cares about mandatory challengers, Dillian White, Jarrell Miller, you know, these are all smoke screens. Who cares about them? No one cares about those fights. Really, you want to see Deontay Wilder versus White rather than seeing Anthony Joshua versus Deontay Wilder for an undisputed championship in the world? You'd rather see AJ against Miller instead of AJ versus Wilder for the undisputed championship in the world? You'd rather see AJ take on his mandatory challenger in Alexander Povetkin instead of fighting Deontay Wilder for the undisputed championship of the world? Come on. As boxing fans, be honest. You know which fight you want to see. Yeah? And I know the real boxing fans out there, they agree with me. Alright, it's the fanboys that are the problems, because they just believe whatever they're told. They don't know how to read between the lines. They don't know enough about the sport. They don't know enough about the business end of it all. They don't understand the fact that how promoters work, and they're all the same. They're all shady as hell. We know that, you know. And Eddie Hearn he's no different. And in my opinion, it's just disappointing. You know, I hope this isn't true. I hope it is just that. It's a rumour. But, you know, the way Deontay Wilder replied on Instagram makes me think that there may be, you know, there may be some truth to it. Like I said, you know, there's no smoke without fire. And in this case, it looks like there may be a little bit of smoke here. Yeah, not the kind of smoke that the US like to say, you know, we don't want that smoke, that kind of thing. But I think you know what I mean, or what I'm trying to get at. And, you know, we'll just have to wait and see. We have to wait and see how this unfolds. But every time you think you take a step forward with this whole situation with Wilder and Joshua, you end up taking 2 steps back. And it's frustrating. It's frustrating as a fan, because I couldn't really care less about the money. But we have to talk about the money, unfortunately, because the money's the issue here. You know, it's what's being used as a way to block the fight from happening. And like I said, right now, the individuals that I see blocking the fight is Team AJ. I've said that before, and I'm going to say it again, over and over again. I'm not going to stop. I don't care what you put in the comment sections, what you say. Half the time I can't bother to reply to your comments, because I look at it and I think, what is the point? Because the person making the comment is completely clueless. There's no point wasting my time. But look, And if you want to prove that Deontay Wilder's the issue, Anthony Joshua did an interview which I also put up on Instagram, where he's basically accusing Deontay Wilder of holding up the fight. You know, well, prove it. Put that clause in the contract. Yeah, say here's the clause you asked for. I accept those terms. I'll take whatever I'm offering you now in the rematch. Sign the contract. Let's make the fight. Call him on his bluff. But Eddie Hearn and AJ, they've done nothing to call him on his bluff on any of the offers. They haven't turned around and said, right, here you go, here's a contract for Dillian Whyte, and as you can see there at the bottom, we've got a clause there. AJ will be the next. If you beat Dillian Whyte, you will fight Anthony Joshua next. Again, you didn't call him on his bluff on that one. If you think he's bluffing, you didn't call him on it. 60-40 split. Here you go, here's a contract, 60-40, or maybe it's Deontay 60-40 is a bit much. We're willing to offer you 65-35. Pretty sure he would have taken that. And then if he still didn't sign that contract, then again, you've called him on his bluff. But in order to call someone on their bluff, you've got to do something. Do you get what I'm trying to say? You've got to put something out there. But they've done nothing like that. So, like I said, what I'm saying to you guys is based on rumours. I'm seeing a lot of videos on YouTube, live streams and stuff like that from some of the bigger channels who have connections in the sport of boxing, more than I do anyway. And I'm just doing this on the back of the fact that if this rumour is true, how I will feel if this comes out that this is true and this is what's being offered to Deontay Wilder. As always, like, share and subscribe, guys. Until next time, this is Cypherbox reminding you to keep it real.